And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Once that dice gets out of the way, we are back with Out of the Abyss. Thank you for sticking with us. I know we had a little bit of an extended break today, but we were just having so much fun chatting behind the scenes and talking about all of our Easter plans and all that kind of stuff. And one thing that we got talking about was, how does spellcasting work in D&D 5th edition? Now that all of the characters have sort of lost all of their equipment, all of their spell focuses and all that kind of stuff. Toby, tell us how spellcasting works. We're going to have to make this a segment. Toby explains. Someone give us a good name for a segment where Toby explains how D&D 5th edition works. And in the meantime, tell us how spellcasting works, Toby.
Well, this is also subject to DM discretion, but with spellcasting,
Love that.
To cast a spell, you either need the components or a spellcasting focus, but some spells don't have components, like material components, so every spell has components needed to cast, whether they be verbal, which is like obviously saying arcane words, somatic, which is like magical gestures, and then materials, so like to cast invisibility, you need bubblegum and an eyelash, because that's how invisibility works. So, a spellcasting focus can replace material components for the most part. But some spells, like just for,
I have one.
instance, Cure Wounds. Cure Wounds only is verbal and somatic. So, Cure Wounds only needs the verbal and somatic component, so it only needs to be spoken, and then you need to wiggle your fingers around a little bit. If you don't have a spellcasting focus or components, but the spell doesn't require material components, you can still technically cast that spell as long as you have it prepared. So for clerics, every long rest, you can choose a certain amount of spells to have prepared. As long as you have those spells prepared, you can cast them without a spellcasting focus. So as in, like, I can cast Cure Wounds because that's only verbal and somatic. So I can technically cast those without material components.
Whereas, for instance,
Shield of Faith.
Yep, or Word of Radiance, which I have as well, that actually requires a holy symbol.
Shield of Faith, just for instance, is verbal, somatic, and material, and the material for that is a small parchment with a bit of holy text written on it. So a spellcasting focus could take place of that material component, but you would need all three to have that. And if you don't have the material component, then you can't cast it. But Cure Wounds, just verbal and somatic, so you should be able to cast it. That is up to DM discretion as well. We can also you can rule out that we can't cast spells without spellcasting focus. That's just your discretion, but as it is, you can technically cast your prepared spells without a spellcasting focus.
No, so I think that makes it fairly clear. If it doesn't require material components, and you don't have your spellcasting focus, you can cast that spell. That's my ruling as a DM. You can absolutely do that. I don't want to take away any more player agency than I absolutely have to do. So, guys, if your spell does not have material components and you don't have your spellcasting focus, then you can still cast that spell as long as it's prepared. I think it is slightly different when it comes to Lady Aethera's spells, though, because you do need to have your spell book on you. Is that right?
The wizard side of things, I believe so. The warlock side of things,
Oh,
wizards.
yes, that's right. You've
Warlock
multi-class, haven't
casting
you?
is more innate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, that is definitely correct.
So I can use which is in your spell. So I can use the wizard book or an arcane focus as my spellcasting focus for wizard spells.
But you do, so you don't need to actually have your spell book on you to cast spells if it doesn't have material components.
No,
You don't.
No,
need
I
to
just need the book to prepare new spells.
Right. So let's just say you took a long rest. Now you're still going to have the same spells prepared, so you can still cast those spells. You just can't change them.
Yeah, unless I have my spell book. Yep.
Okay, that's
Then yeah,
not so
still needs
bad.
the components. Like same with it. Like even though the warlock spells come from the Eldritch thing and not your spell book, you still need the material components to cast those spells if they require them.
All right, so that clarifies things for me just a little bit. I am drinking Bailey's now, so I'm going to forget that in 3 minutes and 27 seconds thereabouts. So
Right. It was live
That's
on air,
very
then, so
specific.
it's live on air.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's the good thing about playing D&D live on air. You look like an idiot in front of how many people are watching right now? 10 viewers, and then however many hundreds of thousands watch this later on, and you can watch it back later, so you can remember things even when you're drinking Baileys. Happy Easter, everyone! By the way, I don't think I've said that just yet. We are, of course, coming up to the Easter holidays, so I have, as is every father's tradition, stolen some of my children's Easter eggs out of the fridge. That's also recorded live, so they can use that as evidence when they sue me later. Merry Easter, Mod Brew. Or as always, thanks for joining us. Let's get back into some D&D. All right. When we last left our intrepid heroes, Serathel, you were stable, having been stabilized by our good friend Darendil. Thrash, you have one success in your death saving throws. Perseus, you had 2 successes. Aethera, you were outside of the guard tower and you saw these winged, large vulture-like creatures as it came flying into this, cavern in the Underdark. Let's go out of combat for now. Let's first of all. And you also see that drow, and he is crossing the rope bridge to your southwest. And as he's going, he's like yelling out orders in Undercommon. What do you want to do? He's halfway across the bridge.
Run back into the room. I'm going to start having a look through some of the drow for another weapon, and then some healing potions.
All right. So let's wait 5 minutes while the other scene loads. As you make your way back inside this room, there you are. Let's put you back in the room, and I will tell you what you find on these 2 deceased drow. I'm assuming, of course, that you're not searching your fallen allies while they're unconscious on the ground.
Nah, I bet not. Nah, not this time. Maybe later.
what have we got for you to take, really? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even have my pride anymore.
Someone sent me a message. Bear with me for a second while I... Oh, someone wants to give me constructive criticism. Yes. All right. So you want to see what they have on them. So you make your way back into the guard tower, and lying on the floor are 2 dead drow. You have a quick look. You can see that they're both wearing a chain shirt, rather similar in construction. Not particularly noteworthy, but practical. They also both had a short sword and a hand crossbow, which are just lying on the ground for you to pick up if you wish to do so.
I'll grab the short sword and tuck it into my belt. Any potions of healing?
Let's find out. Let's roll one of these. Very slowly. No potions of healing, unfortunately. Sorry.
Then on the other guy, or is that both of them?
Both of them.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go up to Perseus then and attempt a medicine check to stabilize him.
All right, so going up to Perseus, attempting a medicine check. While you're doing that, Darendil actually makes his way across the room and does the same thing for Thrash. Let's roll your medicine
14?
check first. Wow, you're way ahead of me. 14, that is a success. Let's roll Darendil's check at the same time. And if this fails, then I will get another death saving throw from Thrash. Let's bring up his character sheet real quick. Let's see how wise this guy is. Oh, yeah, get a little bit of a bonus. He got an 11, so that's a success.
Okay, everyone's stable.
Everyone is now stable. So Thrash, you're stable. Perseus, you're stable. Darendel kneeling beside Thrash. You're kneeling beside Perseus. Darendel looks towards you and he says, "Now what is the plan?" You can still understand him. You can still hear his voice in your head, almost like a universal translator.
I'm gonna duck upstairs because I saw old mate go upstairs and have a little look around.
Let me bring up Darendel's character sheet real quick, see if he has any secret tricks up his sleeves. No, that's fine. Going upstairs, so I will reveal to you upstairs. Oh, it's already there. You can already see that, can't you? I forgot to put some fog on war of that. That's some classic DMing right there, ladies and gentlemen. So you make your way upstairs and you can see Runt is just like turning the place over. Like he's grabbing weapons and all this kind of stuff, like throwing shit on the floor. And he looks back towards you and looks back towards the weapon. He's like, "Our gear, it's here. Quickly, grab some stuff. Let's get out of here."
I'm like, okay. But first, is there any potions of healing, like in something?
Let's have a quick look in my notes and find out. I can tell you exactly what you find in here as you rummage through the stuff. Alrighty. Inside here, you find 6 chains shirts, 6 suits of studded leather armor, 6 shields, 6 hand crossbows. Am I going too fast? 20 cases of hand crossbow bolts, each containing 20 bolts, 6 short swords, 10 daggers, 6 bag of caltrops, with 20...
and a partridge in a pear tree.
And a partridge.
Hey!
Nice comedic timing there. You found 100-foot-long coils of silk rope, 4 of those, 2 building hammers, and 2 bags of iron spikes, with 10 spikes per bag. You also find, I wrote this down somewhere, but now I'm going to have to find where I wrote it down because it was a while ago.
Would you mind sending everything you found to the group chat later?
Oh yes, I can probably do that right now.
I was about to start scrambling for a way to write all that down retroactively.
Yeah, I was like, this is too much.
I need to find, because you find your gear as well, guys.
Hell, yeah. I
With
have my scythe.
some things missing. But I need to find where I wrote down all of the stuff that you guys had. So, can't find where I wrote it. I'll look that up a little bit later. I'll show you what you find. So you find all of this equipment in weapon racks and on the table and in drawers and all that kind of stuff. And in the crate, you find your equipment as well. Let me just try and bring up my notes one more time. No, it's ignoring me. That's always fun. Love it when it does that. No, it's bringing up the wrong notes. There's probably another way that I can find it. Maybe try one more time. There we go. Alright, it's force open by players. Tell me if that comes up.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, there you
I
go.
see.
That is a list of the equipment that you have. You also find your equipment. However, missing from the equipment is your spellbook,
Here we
Lady
go.
Athera. Also missing from your equipment is your
Don't say
necklace,
it.
Thrash the Troublesome.
Damn it.
Those two items are not there. Everything else is there. That's going to be a lot for you to carry on your own, however. So, yeah, how are we going to proceed at this point? You've got some unconscious friends. You've got some friends still outside. What do you want to do?
And no healing potions?
No healing potions, I'm afraid.
I got no healing. So I'm going to go. I'm going to grab. Firstly, I'm going to grab my scythe and my arcane focus, and I'm going to grab a studded leather armor
Okay.
and carry that. And then I'm going to go get the unworthy people that didn't fight from the cell. And be like, come on, cowards, we are escaping and I need your assistance. And then I'm going to lead them across the bridge and get them to pick up our stable friends.
All right.
Is there any
I
backpacks
could grab
around?
my axe.
Are there any backpacks around? Yeah. So
I got a strength of 6, or 8, so I'm carrying not much, just
You've,
some.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, any backpacks around?
So the backpacks that you have, so whatever backpacks you had in your equipment when you first started, you have again. So there were, I'd say there was at least all of your backpacks. So there's 4 backpacks plus a couple of extra ones that were in there as well.
Okay, I'm gonna put my studded leather armor in there, and then I'm gonna put in the hammers, the 4 silken ropes,
Okay.
some of the iron spikes, and then I'm gonna try to get some of the other dudes to like fill up swords, other equipment, and put them in backpacks and just ruck it onto people and saying like, we need to go, we need to hurry up, let's go. I'm gonna get Big Boy to try to carry some stuff as well, and grabbing people's shields, axes, and stuff, and get them to pass them around so people can carry them.
Alrighty then. So the rest of the crew make their way up to this guard tower, and they start equipping themselves with all of the stuff that they find here. And as you're talking, the dwarven woman is like, she sidles up to you and she says, "What's the plan? How are we going to get out of here? There's something going on outside. I saw some type of winged creature coming from the cavern to the north. It doesn't seem to be with the drow. They're fighting it."
Yeah, so we're going to pick up our unconscious lads and we're going to go the opposite direction, because was there multiple ways out?
As far as I can tell, there's 3 exits from this area. There's one to the south, there's one to the north, to the northwest, and there's another one to the north. Where are we going to go? I guess that's the thing that we need to decide right now. Where do we want to go?
Just somewhere away from here so we can have a little breath, get everyone back up to speed, and then we can make a decision once we're clear from this place.
As you guys are talking, the Kuotoa that revealed himself as Susha makes his way over to you guys. His hands poised like a pyramid in front of him. He's like, if I could make a suggestion, I think I know where we can go.
Please do.
We should head to Slubladop, the Dark Lake. From there we can decide whence we will be safe.
What race is this? This he was a drow, right? No, a Duragard.
He's what's known as a kuatoa, a fish-like person. You can
Oh, right.
roll a check.
Do I know anything about this race? Are they like barbaric? Are they going to sacrifice me to Ukatoa and our friends as fish food kind of thing?
I'll
Or
tell you
are they
what,
good people?
Roll a. What would be? There should be a culture check, shouldn't there? Something to know something about various cultures. I'll let you roll history. Yeah, that's probably the closest thing that we've got.
A 10.
A 10. All right. 10's not that great. I can give you a little bit of information. You know at least that the Kuatoa, natives of the Underdark, generally a bit mad in the brain, a bit fanatic, as it were. This guy's not acting in a way that seems to be conductive to what you know about Kuatoa, at least.
Sure, we can have a discussion for it when we leave this area and we get our friends back to consciousness.
Of course.
Let's go.
And
Grab some shit.
I will help however I can. All right, says the dwarven woman. Dwarven woman, rather. There's only one of them. Here's the plan. We're gonna pick up our unconscious friends because we have safety in numbers. We're gonna get out of here. Once we're gone, then we'll decide which way we go. We need to get out of here. I don't know the Underdark as well as some of the rest of you, but I need to get back to Gontogrim. Please, and he looks towards you, please help me get there. From there, it'll be back to the surface. And the guys, all the gathered cellmates start picking up the individuals that are unconscious downstairs. They've all sort of take a moment to equip themselves, and they head outside. What is the plan now?
So each of the unconscious dudes rolls a d4 and they get 1 hit point back after an hour. So I guess we just keep running.
Back after whatever we roll so whatever we roll the d4, that's how many hours
That's
we're
right.
unconscious
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be necessary to roll it, but yeah, let's roll it. Let's find out how long you guys are going to be unconscious for.
Low money.
Good place to start.
Now for me.
It's really hard to see a D4 in here. Hang on.
So
what's
–
Thrash,
3.
Perseus, and
that? The pointy one.
Seraphel.
Yeah,
So we
same.
got
3.
3 of 3.
I'm out for an hour.
I'm out for 3.
But that's alright, because we've got a cleric who can heal, right?
We'll find out.
Please. Fix it.
And 1 for Perseus. You guys make your way outside.
I didn't think this would actually happen.
Hey.
I thought we'd die.
We'll wait for
I'm
that to
gonna be
load,
really
guys. I've closed this down.
I just want to say how proud I am of everyone.
We got here in the end, guys. It's been a bit of an ordeal, but we're almost out. We're almost free of the drow. So we're heading outside, where the rest of your friends have gathered back just outside of the cell. Let's just put them there, and they're carrying the unconscious forms of your allies and friends. Once you get out there, you can see. Put the wrong person there. You need to go there, and you need to go there. You can see the deep gnome who had jumped down earlier is still caught in the spider webs down below, as these demonic creatures make their way into this cavern. Let me just quickly change. the Sirenscape real quick, because I'm pretty sure there's another one for this particular situation. No, is there? Oh, there we go. All right. So yeah, you can see that that deep gnome still sort of stuck and struggling with the sticky webs, and he's like trying to, or she rather, is trying to pull her arms and legs free to try and free herself. And she stops all of a sudden and looks towards the north, and you can see a what appears to be a giant spider in the webs below, making its way towards her. Maybe it's been drawn by the movements of the webs, you're not entirely sure. Oh, it's loaded everything back in again. I keep getting rid of everything, it keeps coming back. Giant. Let's try and find that. And I'll put that on the map.
This music's popping though. I'm not sure if anyone else can hear it, but
Can everyone hear that? The
it's like
Sirenscape, ladies and gentlemen, they have the
I had to
absolute.
turn it down. It scared the crap out of me.
Good. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, why is it not finding the creature that I'm trying to find? There it is. Alright, so you guys can see a giant spider bearing down as her twin brother watches on from the ramparts above. You can also see these winged creatures making their way into the cavern. What do you want to do at this point, Lady Athera?
I'm going to ask any of our friends, does anyone have any healing?
That is a good question. Oh, sorry, everything slowed right down again, guys. Thanks to everything loading back in. Just get rid of that.
And then as I'm asking that, like a boss, I'm going to use Eldritch Blast and shoot around this dude caught in the web to cut a circle out so that he will then fall through.
Alright, Eldritch Blast. What kind of damage does Eldritch Blast actually do?
Force.
Force damage.
The best kind of damage.
Let's kind of have a look. I don't know, psychic damage is a lot of fun as well. Let's have a look at the web here. Because it does have... Alright, so... Alright, first of all, roll to hit. See if you can actually hit the webs where you need to hit these things as this deep gnome struggles against the webs.
12.
12, that's a hit. And roll some damage.
8.
8 points of damage. So yeah, you cast the spell, and your how does it look? Your Eldritch Blast. I've never asked you.
So it just looks like wisps of shadow that just go streaking towards the web. As I like pull my hand in, like shadow from around the room in the cavern kind of flickers and gets drawn to my hand. And as I push this blast out, it kind of just streaks through.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it cuts through some of the webs, and you can see the webs breaking and the tension sort of releasing, and the webs like flick back. But it's not quite enough. You've done some damage, but not enough to destroy enough of the webs to release this deep gnome. We'll play this by ear. So, is there anything else that you wanted to do? So I'll say that you've still got some movement action before this spider starts making its way towards its prey.
Looking around to see any of the companions has any of the healing. as well. Any form of
yes,
healing.
that as well. Let's have a look. Now I'm going to have to look through 6 individual character sheets. Here's that. No. Nothing there. Who might have something? You. You have something. Nope. It doesn't appear that any of your allies have anything, and Runt comes pushing past everyone down out of the guard tower, looks down and says, well, how does he even talk? That one's dead. Don't worry about them. Let's get out of here. Let's find another way out. There's spiders in those webs. What do you want to do? No one seems to have any healing available to them.
Sick. I'm gonna do the Eldritch Blast again on the web to try to release this dude.
All right. Well, I'll let you do one more Eldritch Blast. If this does not destroy the webs, we're going to go into initiative order and find out what happens. 18. That is a hit. Roll some damage for me. So the previous damage was 8.
6.
That is just enough damage. So your Eldritch Blast blasts through the webbing, cutting through a 10 by 10 foot square, as it were, of this web as it like twangs free and starts sticking to the side of the cliff. The deep gnome falls through the webbing and falls another, what did I say, 60 feet down into the water below, and you hear splash.
Okay, cool.
Somewhere deep below, and the spider sort of stops. What do you want to do now?
I'm gonna get everyone. Is it up ahead here? Is this a tunnel exit? I can't really make. It's like, where's my ruler? Is this a tunnel exit here? What, or is this?
Are we talking about here to the north?
Yeah.
So you can see that there's like a set of stairs leading upwards, about 5-10 feet wide at certain areas. It leads to another like small balcony. At the end of that, there's a doorway leading into what appears to be another room. You're not entirely sure. And on the eastern side, on the northeastern end, there's what appears to be another like cell, as it were, like bars, similar to the bars that were enclosing you in your cell.
I'm going to look over the edge. That deep gnome, when he hit the water, was it deep water or was it shallow water, and he's now like screaming broken legs in 2 inches of water?
You have 60 feet of dark vision. You do not know. You can't see. They've fallen somewhere into the darkness below. And you can hear the other deep gnome as he's like looking over the railing with like his eyes wide open. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna do my sister. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get to Blinders." You can't quite understand what he's saying. He's mumbling a lot.
Okay. I'm gonna look to the group. I was like, we can either A, jump over the edge up here where there's no web into the water, and then I'm assuming this is all open cavern up here and we can go from there, or B, we can go through the drow complex and try to find an exit down these rickety bridges.
Ron,
what does everyone think?
Past you, and he's like, "I don't know about you, I've had enough of these damn drow." Shoves you out of the way and goes to jump over the edge. He's about to jump over the edge and down into the water below.
That guy's a cockhead. I whisper under my breath. All right, let's go. And then I'm going to
Shame about mushroom telepathy.
I'm gonna get some silk rope, and then all the dudes that are carrying our companions, I'm gonna make sure that the silk rope is tied towards them, so that if they hit the water and they are not proficient at swimming, at least our guys aren't going to sink to the bottom and not.
All right,
drown.
so you're securing the unconscious people to the conscious people. I'm gonna say you've secured them to the biggest people there. Runt wants nothing to do with you. He leaps over the edge. He's not carrying anyone.
I'm gonna kill that guy.
Darendil
He's
is definitely carrying someone. Who should Darendil be carrying?
He's pretty big, isn't he? Darendil?
Yeah, he's a pretty big dude. Definitely.
Probably. I don't want to have a go at the Tabaxi, but probably the big, strong Tabaxi woman.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say so. Thrash 7 foot tall. So.
Yeah.
So Darendil makes his way over to you, and you got to spend a little while and secure Thrash to the back of Darendil, as it were, like piggyback position, but strapped on with this silk rope. Perseus, who's carrying Perseus?
Is he's Perseus speak? Yeah, just like even if it's between two people, just tying them off so people can do, and then like ferrying people out and doing like the classic lifeboat thing, like step this way, keep your arms crossed, please land with using 2 feet, and I'm like, throwing people off the edge kind of vibe.
All right, bear with me while I do a little bit of reading real quick.
I hope I don't break everyone's legs on the way down.
You can wake me up. I can fix it.
I've got no healing.
I know.
Why did we not think of this?
Well, like
Why?
I did. There's a reason I had Cure Wounds as one of my first prepared spells when I hit level 2, but unconscious.
As you guys are sort of strapping to people's backs and you're trying to lower them down safely to the water below, Runts just sort of pushes past you, jumps down into the water. Turvy, the other deep gnome, not the one who jumped down before, he sort of starts climbing over the edge as well. He jumps down. The rest of you are sort of helping the lot of you secure these people, and as you do that, you can hear the sounds of battle start to unfurl around you as more creatures make their way into the cavern, and you can see if you look out towards the north, you can see a drow step out from that door. That's to the north there. He steps out, aims a hand crossbow at one of these creatures and fires, and the creature stops, swoops down towards him, picks him up and carries him up over the cavern, and dropping him down. You can hear him as he falls
Wilhelm
down.
scream.
A Wilhelm scream. I wish I could. Can anyone do a good Wilhelm scream for me?
But I'll get them prepared for future episodes on a soundboard.
Yes, please have Wilhelm scream ready to go for us. I'm disappointed that you didn't already, Mark. I really expected better from you. This guy goes falling down to his death. You hear like crack a few seconds later, and following those creatures are a number of other creatures as well that seem to be in pursuit. The drow are like fighting these creatures, firing their hand crossbows at them, getting picked off one by one, and one of them actually lands on the walkway to the north of you guys, right there. The one that just picked up a drow and dropped him off the edge lands there, but he is looking a little bit worse for wear because he's been fighting this drow. Let's roll for initiative and find out how this goes, as this creature lands on the walkway and looks at you and starts making its way over towards you. So I'm just
Time to go.
21.
Add everyone to the combat tracker. 21. That's not too bad. Add them and add them.
For those of us that are unconscious, rolling as well.
No, I wouldn't worry too much about it. If you regain consciousness sometime in between, then you can definitely come back. We're going to do this real quick. So it is actually your turn, Lady Athera. You see this creature land. It seems to be stunned as it like splats on the alcove towards the north. What do you want to do?
I'm going to tell everyone, keep jumping, keep jumping.
Yep.
And then I'm going to step forward. Fuck this thing. And I'm going to use bonus action.
Yep.
Hexblade's Curse. So the shadowy form starts to wrap around this creature, this flying wind creature, and then I'm going to send an Eldritch Blast at it.
All right. Let's do that. So first of all, you're gonna have to roll to hit.
Eldritch Blast, roll to hit. For a 21 to hit.
21 to hit. That is going to be a hit.
And I do 12 damage.
12 points of damage. All right. So not bad. This thing looked like it already had taken some damage. So it's looking a little bit worse for wear at the moment. So you've told everyone to just jump over the edge?
Yeah, where old big thick dumbass jumped, the same spot. So everyone's jumping.
There's a hole now there, right next to where the cliff face is. So everyone starts jumping down. Susha makes his way over, jumps down. Darendil, what's he going to do? Actually, he has Thrash with him, so he's going to jump down. Sareth, he's going to wait, and he's going to pick up Stool as he jumps down. And Eldith actually stays there with you and stands right next to you as it's now the creature's turn. Let's put everyone else out of the way. They've all jumped down. Once I can get this to function the way that I want it to function. There we go. So, come on. Alright, they're all down in the water, down below. Get out of the way. You're down there. And Darendil's down there. They're all down there. Eldith steps up next to you. And what does she do? Let's find out when I check her character sheet. She's not leaving you behind. I'm not leaving you behind. We're all going. Or we're not going at all. If we're going to make it out of here, we're going to make it out together. She is going to use her longbow, which she found somewhere amongst all of the equipment. Let's suspend disbelief for the time being. And she's going to fire a shot. I believe she has... so survival. Yeah, she's a dwarf. She can see the thing. But she will be attacking with disadvantage. So 17 or a... I think that's a 17. So 17 to hit. That hits my creature. So it's going to take some damage. She stands up beside you with her longbow, grabs an arrow, draws it back and fires. Doing a total of 4 points of damage. Well done, Eldith. You've saved the day. Then we go back to the top of the round. Lady Athera, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll just shoot another Eldritch Blast at this thing. And then be like, go. Just jump, go.
Alright, roll to hit, roll damage.
For 11 to hit.
And 11 to hit. Yeah, 11 is not going to be a hit, surprisingly.
Yeah, and then try to, like, if she's the last one, push her and then follow her out.
All right. So, I forgot to take the creature's turn, didn't I? All right, that's fine. You guys both jump down. You sort of you prepare. Sorry, prepare yourself at the edge there. You climb up onto the balustrade and look down into the absolute inky blackness below, having no idea what is going to meet you when you get down there. But you steel yourselves and you jump down. She jumps down first, and she disappears somewhere into darkness. And after a second, you can hear splash, and then you jump down after her. And as you're traveling, you fall 120 feet or so. So
Jeez.
down to the cavern below. So into absolute pure darkness, and you're struck by the coldness of the water as you're completely enveloped by the water below. So yeah, that's where we're gonna actually call it a night tonight, guys. I know that's a really short session, and you guys didn't really get to do that much, but we've freed ourselves from the drow enslavement. You're out, you're gone, but for how long? I wonder. And what's going to happen next? I guess we're just going to have to find out in a couple of weeks' time. I am starting to sort of catch up with everything that I sort of need to do. It would still be nice if I had my co-DM available, but personal reasons have made that have dashed those plans for us. Short session tonight, guys. Is everyone happy where we left off, or
spicy?
Spicy.
I
Spicy.
didn't die.
This will give me
And
a
I
little bit of
didn't die.
a little bit of no one died, which is
I
which is
didn't
pretty
wake
crazy.
up at all either.
I didn't even get you to do anything, did I? I'll tell you what. Roll some dice for me. Roll 4d20, and if you get a 20 on any of those, you get your inspiration back.
Oh, okay. I like that deal. All right, let me get the dice cam up, and we'll see how we go. Oh, I can actually no. This one will be easier if I just do a bulk roll on. Thingamy. I can tell it to roll 4d20 for me, can't I?
Yeah, you should be able to just click it 4 times, and it'll come up with 4d20. If you get a 20 on any of those, if you get a critical, you're going to get your point of inspiration back. I know that was it's a bit of a short session, and most of you guys spent most of it unconscious.
Nah, I got a 19. That's the best I could do.
A 19.
Yeah. Oh well, worth a shot.
It was worth a shot, and it was 4d20. So unfortunately, you don't get your inspiration back. But who knows? I might be feeling really generous on the next episode, guys, of Out of the Abyss. For those who joined us live for tonight's session, thank you very much. I haven't had the time to prepare an outro. Who wants to do an outro tonight? Who wants to talk about something? Is there anything that we want to talk about? No.
You should really start
I mean, I
preparing
can do
things for
one.
this.
I should really start writing these down. I usually do, but just I have so much going on. So I'll tell you what. With the Easter holiday break sort of coming up, guys, a lot of people going on holidays and all that kind of stuff. All I want to say is just be safe on the roads. Mums and dads, if you're driving, put your phones away. Don't get distracted. If you're drinking, get someone else to drive for you. Don't get your kids to drive unless they're over 18, or what is it, 16 and a half to get your license?
16.
16, something like that. Don't get your 8-year-olds to drive, but stay safe on the roads. There's around this time of year, a lot of people like to go on holidays. I heard some stats about road fatalities around the Easter period. It would be absolutely tragic if you were to go out. Maybe you're going to the Gold Coast or something like that and get into an accident. I don't want to see that happen. So plan your trip. There are websites available which can give you up-to-date information on traffic conditions. Every few hours, take a break. Don't just rely on shot after shot of caffeine. How often, if you guys were taking a sort of a long trip, how often would you advise taking a break? Every couple of hours, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
3 hours max. Stretch your legs. Check your
Something like
phone,
that.
all that stuff.
So yeah. So make sure you take regular breaks. Stay safe on the roads. It's a lot better if your trip takes half an hour longer than if you get into a traffic accident, because it's gonna add a lot more time to your travel time. And other than that, what else can I say? Thank you very much for joining us, guys. I know it was a short session, and some of the players got more screen time than others, but things are looking up for the party. You've escaped the drow, and we're on our way out.
I'm happy to be alive, and we seem to have our stuff. So, we're
Yeah,
good.
Except for
can I
my
just-
my spell book. Big
and my
sad.
necklace.
We'll have to get you a new spell book. Big sad. And your necklace, well, we'll just have to kill a bitch.
Yeah,
Eventually.
I
We'll
was
have to come
about to
back
say it's not
later.
replaceable.
We'll have to
That
come back later.
might be something
And-
that we have to resolve,
Stabby,
because
stabby.
the priestess was like she was interested in this amulet that was hanging on your chain. So what's the
Yeah,
situation?
I feel
there?
like we might see her again.
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't think that's over.
I don't think that's the last we've seen of Ilvara, or I think there's something going on behind the scenes there, guys. But thank you very much. Have a good night. We're going to end the stream there, and we will see you all again in 2 weeks' time, hopefully for another episode of Out of the Abyss. Good
Can
night,
I add
guys.
one thing quickly before we go, everybody?
Yes.
If you're in the mood for some really awesome, like, acoustic styled but full band tunes, awesome user friend of mine, Slara Connors, is playing with her band at the Townsville Folk Club at the Bellevue Hotel on the 28th. She'll have Tessa Divine with her, and local electro songstress Isidore. I'm going to chuck a link in the chat.
Chuck a link in the chat. Chuck it up on our
Facebook
Facebook.
event.
Maybe
I think tickets are like
I'll
$20.
maybe
Well
I'll
worth
make
it.
it there, and you guys can see me there as well. And if you do see me there, come and
That'd be rad.
come and have a chat. Always love to
Yep,
love to talk to people.
I'll also be there, so should be fun.
Cool. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night, and we will see you in
Peace,
2
guys.
weeks' time.